Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's Tuesday night, and you know what that means. It is time for the NXT Event Center Wrestling Report featuring the superstars of the future in the WWE. And it's on the CW network every Tuesday night at 8. And here's the man that will bring you the report from the show itself. He is Mr. Shenanigans himself, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 2069. Please, no jokes about the last two numbers of the episode. Well, today is March the 5th. It just turned midnight, 12:04 a.m. What the heck are you doing up late, Eric? I'm on vacation, so that means I get to sleep in the morning. So, technically, it is Wednesday morning. We're halfway through the week. And here, wearing my Super Uncle shirt. And as you know, today I just watched NXT. The reason why I'm a little bit late also is because my friend Jordan invited me on to a StreamYard, non-broadcasted StreamYard link. So he says he was a little bit bored. So I said, fine. I didn't get the message till like half an hour afterwards, and I was watching NXT. So I figured, why the heck not? You're trying to pay attention. Well, why don't you watch the cartoon? I am trying to watch NXT, for goodness sakes. You forget. I do NXT on Tuesday, so. Whew. And we're going to talk about what happened on NXT. And we're going to do that. And we're going to do that right now. It's the final NXT before Roadblock. So Ruka and Zarya, I sound like Zarya a little bit more. She is very pretty without the war paint, but they took on the team of the head of Secret Herbis, and that would be Piper Niven, and the Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green. And Lillian Garcia decided to make her NXT debut as filling in for Mike Rome to be an announcer. So I'm sure Lillian Garcia was kind of looking forward to that. And so she probably wants to see what all the hubbub is about NXT. Heck of a matchup between these two. And Sol Ruka and Zarya are still working together. Only be a matter of time. I would love to see Sol Ruka and Zarya get a shot at the women's tag team titles. They beat Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and that is a big deal. Sol Ruka and Zarya. I'd like to see Sol Ruka and Zarya challenge Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I mean, it's a huge deal, And Chelsea Green got busted open somehow. I don't know. She must have hit her nose on something, but so that happened. Jordan Grace was talking to Ava about getting a match against Roxanne Perez. Ava says, I'll look into it. But Cora Jade disrespects both of them and saying that she'll beat Masa Slamovich to become TNA Knockouts. Maybe the day you win that title, that'll be the day I retire. So you pack your bags, and then Ava goes, you know what? Hold on. I like this, but we got to deal with it in the ring. I know how to get it done. But then, after commercial break, Trick Williams confronts Ava about wanting Eddie Thorpe. But Kale Dixon and Uriah Connors decided to give some supplies for Ava because of what happened to her office being destroyed by those four men. And and Trick Williams was not in the mood to deal with interruptions. And Eddie Thorpe's got inside his head. Let me tell you, Eddie Thorpe, dude don't play around. Meanwhile, more women's action. Kaylani Jordan went one-on-one with Jada Parker and possibly climbing up the rankings, and heck of a matchup between these two ladies. They've been having quite the rivalry, and Jada Parker wins that matchup, and basically talked to cameras and Julia, 70 Vicaire, gonna watch your matchup, clock it. Looks like she wants to take on the winner of that matchup. She wants to be a champion, and she don't play around. More on the championship situation. The lovely Kelly Kincaid makes her return from maternity leave and interviewed the D'Angelo family, which they welcomed her back as well. And basically, Tony D'Angelo says, "I got this." He was being serious about facing Sean Spears. Sean Spears is no joke in that ring. Obafemi was at the Roadblock press conference and fielding questions about his matchup against Moose, and he said this will be the first time in history two Nigerians go at it in the ring. And that's what he said, Obafemi. And, could be a very, very amazing situation. I'm telling you, it's going to be. And Obafemi says, I'm going to beat him so bad to the fact that he wishes he hadn't left the NFL. So, but then more WWE TNA crossover. The Hardy Boys, who, in Jeff's mind, returned home to the WWE, was addressing the NXT universe and how the NXT locker room is so hungry and all. And then Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, Hank and Tank, and there were a couple lovable guys and they getting booed. I'm like, I can understand they want Hank and Tank to respect the Hardys, and they did apologize for interrupting, but they asked the Hardys for advice. So what do we do? Is that we're something missing? And he said, you got to take things to the extreme. That's all you got to do. And Matt Hardy gave him respect and praise. Jeff Hardy gave him that advice. And then Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura came out, and Josh Briggs thinks Hank can take a kiss in their butts and everything else. Listen, they're just asking for advice, that's all. And they started talking smack to the Hardys, but then Hank and Tank Ledger said, we're thinking what I'm thinking, so they dove from the ring and went after Yoshiki Inamura and Josh Briggs, and they fought to the back. I hope that match is going to be made for, like, Roadblock or something. And then everybody's like, oh, and then Matt Hardy said to go in this broken mode. Fraxium, I knew you come, yes, and turned around. And they talked a little bit more about their match next week. And it'll be a heck of a matchup, let me tell you. So I'm really excited. Don't know about you guys. Fraxium, the Hardys, Fraxium is going to be tested for sure as the TNA tag team titles are on the line. And then Jordan Grace went one-on-one with Cora Jade after that little spat in the back. And during the matchup, though, I think something must have happened to Cora Jade because she was holding her eyes like this, and he had a couple of medical attendants and the referee. And the referee went over to Jordan Grace to tell him during the commercial break. And then when they came back, the decision was made at the referee stoppage. Jordan Grace wins the matchup. So if Cora Jade is badly hurt, this could put the Knockouts Championship match in jeopardy. And and if that's the case, Santino Marella better come up with something. And I'll tell you what. And I would not be surprised if Tessa Blanchard decides to swoop right in and get that title shot against Masha Slamovich. We'll see what happens there. Speaking of Masha Slamovich, she was in attendance during to watch the matchup. Meanwhile, Vic Joseph interviewed Ethan Page and Javon Evans as next week on Roadblock is announced they'll be in a street fight, a New York City street fight, and both guys talk smack to each other, and Javon Evans is a little upset about what Ethan Page did to him, and he vows to make Ethan Page pay. Ethan Page, same thing. He said he doesn't like when a 20-year-old kid tells him, gives him a pep talk, so we'll see what happens there. Trick Williams went one-on-one with Cale Dixon with Uriah Connors in his corner, and Williams picked up the victory pretty quickly. I think he knocked out Cale Dixon to the point where a referee had to stop the matchup. Trick Williams grabbed the microphone, not in a good mood, and called out Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe comes out, talks smack to him about one more go at this, and we'll see if Ava can make that match happen. Then Roxanne Perez attacked Jordan Grace in the back with a steel chair, which prompted them to have a match next week at Roadblock. Meanwhile, Moose is at the Roadblock press conference fielding questions about his matchup against Obafemi. He's challenging Obafemi for the NXT Championship. And like I said, this is going to be two big men, one great matchup. I think that match could end up stealing the show. We never know. Hardy's and Fraction could end up stealing the show. Who knows for sure. But then Ava took over at the press conference and talked about that matchup, Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez. Fatal Influence interrupts her and Fallon Henley squawking a bit of why she didn't get her rematch for the NXT North American Championship. And Ava was trying to dodge the question and trying to forget about the question. And Fatal Influence, oh, we're talking about this now. You're going to make Ava angry, ladies. Meanwhile, Ricky Saints encountered Rich Holland, and he extended his fist, saying, hello, I'm Rich Holland. I know who you are. And he walks away with an attitude. Then Sean Spears and his crew were looking at Ricky Starks, and he said the Revolution will be televised. Or something like that. So, tonight it will be. So there's that. Meanwhile, the North American title was on the line. Tony D'Angelo defending it against Sean Spears. Heck of a matchup this was. And then both factions got into it and tried to get involved and got into it. And then during the brawl, Tony D'Angelo got knocked off the apron and landed on the chair. Sean Spears took advantage of the situation. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new North American champion. Sean Spears with his first NXT title. In fact, his first title in the WWE. As a member of the WWE roster, winning the NXT North American Championship. So that is all the time we have on this show, ladies and gentlemen. And what's going on? We'll talk it later on today. I'm probably going to get some sleep and wake up a few hours. I got the Joker's Wild. I may have to do a little bit of shopping because I'm running down low on food and drink. The Joker's Wild. Wild Wednesday. And we had AEW Dynamite and we got WWE Evolve, the premiere episode happening on Tubi. If you have Tubi, get it. Get WWE Evolve. It's going to be great. I'm really excited about that. It'll be the first time ever. So I'm hoping to get everything set up. As far as thumbnail is concerned for WWE Evolve. I'm really excited, and we shall see what happens. So I'm just like, I'm totally stoked about this. Like I said, so got 3 different shows, got 3 different things going on tomorrow. I may have to do them later. Going to do some shopping to get some food and all that because I'm kind of hungry. So I'm not kind of running low on food. But I'm going to save. I was going to try to save my money and not go out shopping, but I may have to do so. It's going to be warm tomorrow, too. It's in the low 50s, near mid-50s, so. Now, little Springs teasers coming soon. In fact, basically, 2 weeks from tomorrow is spring. And you know what? Maybe we get technically 2 weeks of winter left. Unbelievable. So, but right now I gotta enjoy this vacation. That's why I've been up. My good buddy Jordan, like I said, he was bored out of his mind and invited me onto a non-broadcasted stream. So that's what we did. We had a lot of fun. With it, and I'm totally cool with it. So that's it. That's all the time we have. Episode 2069, the final NXT before Roadblock next week. It's gonna be a lot of fun. By the way, the LFG coaches are going to be there. That means Booker T, obviously. He's on commentary. And he'll be joined by Mickey James, Bubba Ray Dudley, and The Undertaker. He's been looking forward to making his second appearance on NXT. So this is going to be very exciting for him as well. I'll tell you one thing. That's why I like about Undertaker. He wants to get back to the business. Got respect for him. I respect him for that. Well, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, that's all they've been doing is giving back to the business. And helping out making the WWE great. Those 3 gentlemen right there, DX and The Undertaker, are helping. Really helping out. Especially, Shawn Michaels and Rock is putting some input on his thing. And you know what? Those 3 have been around since our Attitude Era products. And Shawn Michaels was been around WWE since 1988 for goodness sake. So. You're talking about this. Shawn Michaels has been in that company for basically 37 years in the WWE. Never wavered from any other organizations. And you know what? And then I think when him and Triple H, they've been together since the Attitude Era, and we're talking about a huge deal here. And, Rock's been, Rock made his The Rock made his debut in the tail end of the, towards the tail end of the new generation, and then the Attitude Era really stepped up for him. Those three guys really stepped it up in the Attitude Era. And I'll tell you one thing, they have helped the WWE become a lot more successful than I thought it would be. So, yeah, you'll say what you will about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and all that. He's really helped out, contributed to the WWE, and having Cena turn heel is a big deal. And that's going to be and it rhymes. Turning Cena heel is a big deal. So it's going to be a lot of fun. See what happens. The WWE, the road to WrestleMania is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So that is it for today's show. Tomorrow, technically, it's about a few hours or so. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to get some sleep after uploading this video. So you guys have a good night. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, door for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.